Hi there, a warm welcome to another edition of the Beer Garden podcast. And we've had a busy week, haven't we? Because we've not only been at Happy Valley, we've also done the preview for Kenilworth in South Africa, 3 Group 1s on Saturday. But hello to the guests here. We have Sara as usual, and along with Joe and Charene. How are we all today? Are we all feeling optimistic for Sunday?
Yes.
Yes, quite looking forward.
Yes, I must admit, I'm pleased you are, because I thought it does look very tricky, doesn't it? But here we are. We have the 3 races we're looking at is a very interesting race 1, a handicap, and then race 7, which is the Centenary Vase, a Group 3 handicap over 1,800 meters, and Group 9. I'm sure you'll agree, one of the best Hong Kong classic mile first legs I think I've seen in many years in Hong Kong. Such a fantastic. You could really pick 9 or 10 here and still get the wrong result. Hopefully we will get the right result. And after that, of course, the favourite part of the show, the best bet section powered by Racequant, and then on to our value bet, where we try to pick something a bit left field and come up with great glory. But here we are. Let's start race number 1. It's the Tathong Channel Handicap. It's over 1,200 metres or 6 furlongs, whichever you prefer. And let's start with one of the gurus of Hong Kong racing, Sara. Who do you like in race 1?
Ooh, wow. What an intro there. Well, I am taking the 3 here, Brilliant Way, with Morera aboard out of Sizes Barn. He's jumping out of barrier 10 here. He's having a really successful barrier trials, and really interesting to see how they keep stretching him out, and he just seems to be overcoming the challenge there at Chung Fa. So we'll see how we translate over on the Sha Tin course. So it's going to be his debut, and I'm excited to see this. His breeding, though, really leans more towards the further races. But seeing how he's been racing at these trial races, it's been impressive. And I feel like you can't really go wrong with Morera aboard. So I'm going to take my chances here with the first-time starter and Brilliant Way, number 3.
So Sara picks number 3, Brilliant Way. I must admit, a good selection, I think. A very interesting. I'm glad we chose this race. As Charene says, it's a nice mix, isn't it? We've got lightly raced horses, we have debutants, and we also have some grizzled handicappers as well. It's a great mix to start the day. Joe, what did you like in race number 1?
I took a horse that was has a lot of maiden starts and still hasn't broken his maiden yet, but has gotten a lot of seconds. So that would be number 14, Smart One Troy. I do like that. Hewittson's going to be booked on him, and he's drawn number 1. And if he gets on the speed, well, according to the speed map, I see that he could be one of the leaders in the race, and maybe Lyle could probably put him out there. That I think that he could probably run away with it. It is over 1,200 meters, so this is a sprint race. There are some first-time starters, as Steve mentioned. There's also somebody like a horse like King of the Court, who also had a second place as well. But none of them, or at least from looking at the form, has not won a race. So this is going to be an interesting one to see. You know, usually sometimes these Class 4 races, some of these horses have wins, but none of them, at least from what I see, don't have any. So this is going to be I think it could be a pretty wide-open race. So I'm going to go towards the very, very bottom with the lower weight. Lyle Hewitson, draw number 1, 14, Smart Wong Choi.
It's nice to see there's still loyalty in the world, and Joe going for number 14, Smart Wong Choi. Still a maiden after 20 runs, but a runner-up on 7 occasions, and actually just a very genuine horse who, as you've seen often in Hong Kong, it's very hard to win these maximum field handicaps. Charene, who did you like in race 1?
Yes, in the opener on Sunday, I think that it's going to be a very interesting card, because half of the field are some the lack of experienced horses, the debutants, but with some good preparation. And the other horses may be fantasy. Number 1 has the class here, and the horses from gate 1, that will be Joe's selection, Smart Wong Choi, and also gate 2, the Hero Star, are having quite good form recently. And also for the jockeys, we also have Daniel Moore and Luke Curry to will make their debuts in Hong Kong in the opener as well. So I choose this race to discuss because it will be quite interesting. So I will go for number 8, the Super Highway. This 3-year-old is quite a talented horse, and he should have a good future in Hong Kong. This horse is sired by Deep Field, and this stallion has really good results in Hong Kong. And trainer Frankie Law, I think that he knows this stallion very well because he also trains Winning Dreamer, True Legend, Everyone's Victories, also sired by Deep Field. And then Super Highway had 4 barrier trials before his debut, and I think that he is progressing quite well. However, last time out on his debut, after jumping from gate 1, he was blocked by Chiu Chow Brother for several times, and he just lost his running. And also before this start, he also had 1 more barrier trial, showing that this horse is more mature right now. So I will give him 1 more chance. I will go for number 8, Super Highway in the opener.
So Charene goes for number 8, Super Highway, and great minds think alike, I hope, because I also picked number 8, Super Highway. As Charene says, very unlucky on debut under Vincent Ho, and he was also checked at one stage slightly on the back straight, which it doesn't help a debutant. And of course, there was no room in the home straight when he was full of running, and no matter which way Vincent went, left or right, he always met a brick wall. So it was a very promising run. I think the obvious other horse to look at is Brilliant Way, of course. In the other colours, is it Brilliant? Is it Brilliant Way? Yes, the obvious one is Brilliant Way. I think in the colours of Fantastic Way, of course. And I think that is a nice horse. 3 winning barrier trials, and the thing is, it's a toss up, isn't it, between the likes of the handicappers, Samat Wong Choi, which has got plenty of experience, and the unknown quantity of Fantastic Way. Will he bring those good barriers to the racetrack? And can Super Highway get compensation for that unfortunate run? So let's have a look at the choices then. For Sara, it's number 3, Brilliant Way. For Joe, number 14, Smart Wong Choi. And Charene and I are in accord with number 8, Super Highway. Our next race is race number 7. It's the Centenary Vase, a Group 3 handicap over 1,800 metres or 1 mile and 1 furlong. Sara, who did you like in this?
Well, this race was really tough. There's a lot of great talent here coming to this field, but I am taking the 10, Zabrowski, who is my best bet as well. He's been dominating at Happy Valley, especially his last performance out on January 5th was just unbelievable, how he really just took off and won by a margin of 1.3 lengths. He is consistent form, but hasn't raced at Sha Tin for quite some time. And we like we've seen before, that transition from being successful at one track versus the other don't always, transition well. But I think he definitely has the power here. If he gets a really good break, he could possibly really just dominate this field. We get Puna Board, which was an interesting choice, but I think it's going to be a great race for him. Like I said, this was a very tough race because I was really going back and forth between him and Trevilian Diamond, who faced each other in Randwick in 2020, both with a really good duel, getting 2nd and 3rd. But I'm here with Zabrowski, and that is going to be my best bet as well.
There we are, Sara, not only the pick in race 7, but also the best bet, number 10, Zabrowski. Now, Joe was really sort of had me wondering what he was thinking earlier, because he sent a message saying he couldn't decide between Tourbillon Diamond and Zabrowski, but he actually went for Tourbillon Diamond, and he would tell us later why he didn't like Zabrowski. So spill the beans, Joe. Tell us all.
Well, Tourbillon Diamond, formerly Eric the Eel, they faced each other before in Randwick in a Group 1. And then I was thinking, after that, Tourbillon Diamond went to Hong Kong, and he got pretty quick to getting used to what Hong Kong is like. And I thought that especially with the booking of keeping Bedell on and then Matthew Poon going to Zabrowski, which I was kind of surprised because his win was on Joe Moreira, but he went on Excellent Proposal. that's what kind of made me decide. I think that Tourbillon Diamond might be the one. I think he was the winner of the Sasa Ladies Purse as well against Kai Ink Star when they had a big ding dong battle, and he never gave up. He kept fighting on, and he also has form behind a race that is named after her, Love's Only You. So I'm considering all those things. He's been very consistent. And I think he can't go wrong. And I'm hoping that the rest of the picks, I'm hoping Bedell has a good day. So I'm going to pick 4 Tourbillon Diamond.
So Joe picks number 4, Tourbillon Diamond. That's what you get on the Beer Garden podcast. Ruthless logic there from Joe. Now then, what do you like, Charene, in race number 7?
Yeah, here in this group 3 over 1800 meters, because it is a handicap one, so I think that the card is quite tough. The bottom weighted horses such as Excellent Proposal, Savina and Zaroski are having quite good form, but I will go for a Penfield, number 2, carrying 130 pounds. I think that at least it is not the top weight here. I will keep my eye on him. Penfield already shown his ability over long distance in Hong Kong last season in the Chatter Cup. He also won on his seasonal debut in October over a mile in this season. So I still believe that his ability over 1800 meters will be quite good. He has the class here, and he just won a barrier trial on January 22nd. I think that it is time for him to bounce back. And also for the jockey, Black Sheen always perform quite well in the big races in Hong Kong. So I'm happy to see Black Sheen will be on board Penfield. So I will keep my eye on number 2, Penfield, in the group 3 here.
So Charene goes for number 2, Penfield, the winner of the Oriental Watch Sha Tin trophy, of course. Will Blake Shim have him sitting chilly at the back of the field? Of course, he comes from Chile, so my dreadful attempt at humour there. And now for my selection, number 8, Excellent Proposal, drawn 9 under Joe Moreira. Bit of an interesting horse, isn't it? Excellent Proposal. He started the season, I thought, really well. It was a good run in the Panasonic Cup, and I think Joe almost had his mind on the future. He was dropped in last, and I think wherever I end up, it's just the beginning of the season. There's bigger targets for this horse. And then the next race, he was very unfortunate in the Chevalier Cup when he had no room, and he was second to his stablemate. And then the last twice, he's been kind of disappointing. He was out of his depth, of course, on the international race night, but I still expected better than 10th place from him. And last time he was third, I think slightly better again than third. He was beaten favourite, but I'm hopeful that we see the real Excellent Proposal this time round. I think he's still a very, very good horse. So looking back, it's Sara number 10, Zabrowski. Joe goes for number 4, Tourbillon Diamond. Charene goes for number 2, Penfield. And I shall go for Joe Moreira on number 8, Excellent Proposal. Now we come to a fantastic renewal of the Hong Kong Classic Mile, 1600 metres or a mile. And some of the best 4-year-olds here, one of the best renewals I've seen in a decade, I'm sure. Sarah, who do you like in race number 9?
I like the 5 here, Fafa, with Alexi Bedell aboard. He's jumping out of barrier 3. I'm interested to see how, this is another horse, we'll see how he's going to take to the Sha Tin course. He did have a recent barrier trial at January 18th, with Alexi aboard as well. It did fairly well, getting a little 6th place finish there, but it was only over 1,200 meters. But this is a horse who has just come and dominated at even further distances in Happy Valley. And since transitioning to, Happy Valley, he's gotten 6 victories under his belt. Just really shown he's consistent. He has great form. With Alexi aboard, really the first time in such a strong race, I do see this horse really sitting mid-pack, maybe just sitting right behind the leaders here. I think it's just going to be a tough race. There's a lot of challenge, and I agree with what you were saying, Steve. This is a really amazing 4-year-old crop here we got in this mile. Fafa is also my value bet, and when I looked this morning, the Australia pools has him at about $11. So I think what people might be a little bit nervous about is, coming into this group 1, and also how is he going to transition? Is he going to be as strong at Sha Tin as he was at Happy Valley? But I like he's just consistent. So I'm taking the 5 here, Fafa with Alexi Bedell.
Sarah goes for number 5, Fafa, there under Alexi Bedell. Well, it will be interesting to see if you can translate that city racetrack form to Sha Tin for sure. Joe, do great minds think alike here in race number 9?
Yeah, I made Fafa actually my best bet because he has the experience over the longer trip as opposed to the other horses. Some of them are trying it for the first time, and that's why they're all together. All the 4-year-olds are against each other in the classic mile. I liked a lot of California Spangle because he's really, really fast. I don't know if he's going to be able to hang on in the mile, though. He has drawn barrier 13, so he's going to have to draw all the way wide to get through. So I took something that was really consistent with the trip, especially at Happy Valley, because that is a hard track to do that and consistently win so many times in a row. And he does have form behind a favorite one of Steve's horses, Beluga. And Beluga seems to pop up in every single one of these horses in this race. So, I mean, if you're looking at something like Beluga and another one of favorites, Manna from Heaven, I think that Fafa I'm really confident that he could win this race. And it's not, I know it's not showing it on the tote, but he is a really, really, really hyped horse, especially at Happy Valley on the Wednesday night. So I think he could transition it to Sha Tin. There's a lot of really, really good ones in this one. Some interesting bookings as they ever had before, because Bedell was also on Packing Victory, and now Zach Purden gets the ride. And it's been like a whole merry-go-round of which jockey's going to go where. So I do like that Bedell's going to be on. But I know he's been on with Vincent Ho, but we'll see how this goes. I think Fafa could transition from Hong Kong or from Happy Valley to Sha Tin. So that's my best bet as well.
So some confidence behind Fafa there, not only Sarah's value bet, but Joe's best bet too. And thank you, Joe, for remembering my winning selection on Beluga. It's always nice to be recognised. Yeah, an interesting race for sure. Charene, who did you like in race number 9?
Yeah, in this year's Hong Kong Classic Mile, I will go for number 6, Master Delight, and he's also be my value bet on Sunday. I believe he will have some good price because jumping from gate 14. Actually, this year's 4-year-old contenders are quite strong. They have quite good recent form and good pedigrees, good preparation before this race. So it is one of the strongest field in recent year for the Hong Kong Classic Mile. I will be very, very looking forward to race 9 on Sunday. And for Master Delight, because this horse already won on over this course and distance before, and actually among the field of 14 here, the 2 horses trained by John Size, including number 6, my selection, Master Delight, and also the other one will be number 13, Sight Spirit, are the only 2 horses in this field that have proven their ability. They have scored a victory over this course and distance in Hong Kong. And also Master X will be ridden by Joe Moreira, and he is the best jockey in Hong Kong in this race. He have won this race for 3 times before on board Able Friend, Rapid Dragon, and Nothing I Like More before. And this year he will be on board Master Delight. And recently this horse tried to put in front in his recent 2 starts, but I think that it is not a really good tactic. So maybe that was just a try to see whether this horse can use an other running tactic. However, this time he will be jumping from gate 14, and I think that will be a good price for him. And because of the wide draw, he may stay in the back. So just like his victory in Hong Kong in November before, he also stayed in back and showed a really good turn of foot to win. So I will go for number 6, Master Delight, and he will also be my value bet.
So we have a lot of value bets and best bets here, all in race number 9. Charene for number 6, Master Delight. A test of Joe Moreira's undoubted genius there, but a very good chance, I'm quite sure, Master Delight there for John Size. I went for number 4, Packing Victory. It's very difficult to be confident in this sort of race, isn't it? We've got Rocket Spade, we've got Fafa, Master Delight, Packing Victory, and the Irishman. So many fantastic horses. But I did like the profile of Packing Victory. He's had 6 runs, 4 wins, 2 seconds. The horses that have beaten him recently, good horses, Golden Scenery and Navas too, both coming off the back of wins. And he was a winner last time, the selection packing victory, a 2-length defeat of Beauty Joy, and he was a winner next time. Now, he's never run over the 1,600 meters, but the way he flashes through that line, I think he'll get the extra 200 meters, no problem at all. And he's also one of the higher rated horses in the lineup, which is also nice. So just to recap for race number 9, the Hong Kong Classic Mile, Sara and Joe are both in agreement. Number 5, Fafa. Charene goes for number 6, Master Delight. And I'm hoping that Zach Purton can claw another one back on Joe Moreira, number 4, Packing Victory. Well, that's the 3 races, races that we focus on, taken care of. Now we go on to our next, the most enjoyable part of the show, and for me, certainly, I enjoy putting my wits and getting the best bet. It's powered by Racequant. Sara, who was your best bet powered by Racequant on Sunday?
Mine is in race 7, 10 Zabrowski. He's going to be my best bet here. You know, like I said, I think his you know, he's a horse that has performed at Sha Tin, hasn't gotten a win there, but showing great form over that course. I think if he gets a really clean break, I know sometimes he likes to be a little bit slow, but get him out just a little bit quicker. I think Poon can do that. You're going to see one heck of a race out of Zabrowski here.
Thank you, Sara. Race number 7, that's Zabrowski then. And Joe, we've already mentioned this, but who did you fancy as your best bet powered by Racequant?
My best bet's going to be in race 9, the Hong Kong Classic Mile. I'm going to go with number 5, Fafa. Just, I already went over everything about it, and there's really not that much to say except for there was another one I was almost considering about putting in as a as a pick instead, and that was going to be I'm a Single Man, but I decided not to do that because I really like how Fafa has been going right now. So Fafa for me, race number 9, horse number 5.
There we are. That's Joe's best bet, race 9. How far can Fafa go? That's what I want to know. It's interesting, isn't it? And Charene, what is your best bet powered by Racequant?
Yeah, for my best bet on Sunday, that will be in the first race. I quite like number 8, Super Highway. Just unlucky, so last time out is just forgivable. And I believe that he can stay in a better position for a clear one, jumping from gate 11. Also, I think that he has quite a good chance to win under with Harry Bentley on board. So my best bet will be in race 1, number 8, Super Highway.
Charene goes back to the beginning of the card. Race 1, number 8, Super Highway for the best bet. Now, my best bet, powered by Racequant, I go to race number 5. I'm staying loyal with number 11, Turquoise Alpha, an ex-Irish son of ex-Celebration. He's taken time to adjust to his new surroundings in Hong Kong, but he's in better form now. He's been unlucky a few times, and he was made favourite last time under Zach Purton. I'm not sure if he was good enough to win that day, but he was hampered at a crucial stage anyway. And he's still very well handicapped. Purton keeps the faith from gate number 5, which is always nice to see. So I'm going to race number 5, number 11, Turquoise Alpha. So just to recap, the best bets powered by Racequant, Sara number 7, Zabrowski, Joe in race number 7, Zabrowski for Sara, in race number 9 for Joe, number 5, Fafa. Charene goes to race number 1, number 8, which is Super Highway. And I go to race number 5, which is number 11, Turquoise Alpha. And now we've done the best bets powered by Racequant section. Now for the value bet. Sara, who did you like for the value bet?
Mine is in race 9, the Classic Mile with the 5, Fafa. Like I mentioned, I think in the Australian market, he's about $11 right now. But what I think punters might steer them away from this horse a little bit is looking at his performances at Sha Tin early last year. But he really just had a bit of unlucky runs, getting stuck in traffic, getting not the greatest breaks, but seeing him come to Happy Valley and just progress amazingly as a horse, as I think what's people need to really look at is his improvement and his consistency. And you're right. What distance can this horse win at? Because they stretch him out, he wins. So I think you're going to get a great value here with, the punters maybe being a bit wary of how he's going to transition to the Sha Tin track. So 5, Fafa, and race 9 is my value bet.
Sara goes to race number 9, number 5, Fafa. Joe, you kind of went away from the 3 races that we've looked at. Who did you go for in race and for your value bet?
Yeah, my value bet, excuse me, my value bet is in race 10. We actually have an all-weather track race for this one, and I picked Sunny Boy with Daniel Moore, horse number 8. He had a really impressive victory, and he's been doing really well on the all-weather. And if you look back at some of his all-weather runs, they've been pretty consistent. He's had wins before. Jerry Chow was on him, but now he's going to get a friend of the show that just came on, Daniel Moore. So really looking forward. The only thing that concerns me is he is drawn barrier 12. And for him, he doesn't like to, he has to pretty much commit to the speed once he gets out of the gate. So that's my concern, is the gate. I think Daniel Moore, he's a great jockey in Victoria. I think he'll be able to handle him pretty well. And you're looking at some other horses that are taking some rating points off and trying to get wins again, like Duke Y and Red Desert. So for the dirt race, I'm gonna go with the last race, which is horse number 8, Sunny Boy with Daniel Moore.
Daniel Moore and Luke Curry, good luck to them both. It's hope they have a nice opening day of action at Sha Tin. Joe goes there for the finale on the card, race number 10, and that's number 8, Sunny Boy. And Charene, we covered this earlier, but who did you like as your value bet?
Yeah, my value bet will be number 6, Master Delight in race 9, the Hong Kong Classic Mile. Actually, to be honest, the gate 14 would be a bit concern for me, but hopefully he can, because of the wide draw, he can have a better value. I guess he will be at around $7 on Sunday. And also, just like I mentioned, jumping from a wide draw, he may stay in the back. And the best tactic, I think, for this horse would be staying in the back and then show the good race turn of foot in the home stretch. So I will be looking forward to number 6, Master X. He will be my value bet in race 9.
So Charene goes to race number 9, number 6, Master Delight. I decided to go to race number 4, and this is number 5, Brilliant China. And this is the Shao K1 handicap. It's a class 5 over 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs. Now, Brilliant China, he didn't read the script on the 1st of October because he was meant to win, because that was National China Day. And he only finished 9th of 14. And so he didn't follow the orders there, but and then after that he was quite disappointing next time. But he returned to some sort of form last time, 5th of 14 over course and distance. He's still 13 race maiden. It's nothing, not many runs. He's closing on a win. I like his chance. I think we'll get nice odds about Brilliant China. So let's just recap the value bets. Sara goes to race number 9, and that's number 5, Fafa. Joe goes for the finale, keeping the dream alive till race number 10, number 8, Sunny Boy on the dirt. Charene goes to race number 9, gate 14, might be no problem at all for Master Delight under Joe Moreira, that's number 6. And I will go for race number 4, Brilliant China, to belatedly get off the mark. It might not be the 1st of October, but better late than never. So it just remains for me to say thank you very much for listening once again to the Beer Garden podcast. I hope we've covered it. I hope we've got loads of winners on Sunday. But until we see you again at Happy Valley next week, bye for now.